Morning, Nigel. What did you and your squad get from that match on Saturday at home to Rotherham?
Good workout, good game for us. I thought first half we played very well. We were in the ascendancy, scored 2 good goals. Just unhappy with the 4 goals we conceded generally, but looked a bit tired a bit second half. And once we lost Bailey Cargill and Stephen Quinn just after half time, we lost our way for sort of 15-20 minutes, and I thought we got back into it late on.
That tiredness in the second half was perhaps expected, wasn't it, given the intensive week your players experienced in Scotland?
Yeah, definitely. And the 7 odd hours coming back on Friday. But very pleased with how we went about it first half, the shape, the way we kept the ball, and the chances we created.
Everyone okay, fitness-wise?
Yeah, the only problem is just a couple of niggles now, just coming from the contact and the games that we're having. Bailey Cargill got sort of just caught in the face accidentally. I think he's had a little stitch, but should be okay. Quinny's tight Achilles, but he should be fine. James Gale, didn't want to risk him too much because he just felt his thigh on Friday, but he did the 15 minutes, but he just sort of felt it again, so he's unlikely to be involved until the weekend.
Let's move on and speak about your next friendly, a hastily arranged behind closed doors match at Hearts. Tell us where that one came about.
Out of the blue. We've just been scratching around trying to get the game once Barnsley cancelled on us at late notice, and obviously everybody's fixed up, and we heard that Hearts were looking for a game. They actually wanted one on the Sunday, but we couldn't play the 2 in 2 days, and then they just said, well, would you come up and play us at our place on the Tuesday night? Unfortunately, it's too late to get spectators in, so it's behind closed doors, but we thought the opportunity to play at Tynecastle and also play against one of the top sides in Scotland is too good an opportunity to turn down.
Just how important was it to face a strong side on Tuesday? Because, as you say, Barnsley had cancelled that match.
That's it. Well, we're 10 days off the start of the season nearly. So you want a good test, and it'll certainly be that. Looking forward to seeing one of our old players, Liam Boyce, as well, coming back to fitness. But I'm not sure what it's like without any crowd in, but it's a brilliant ground. Every time I've been up there to watch games, it's been a great atmosphere. So I think the players will enjoy it and will get good experience from it.
And just to re-emphasise, as you said a few moments ago, both clubs would have wished for fans to come in and watch it, but it was just too short notice to get everything arranged that needs to be for a friendly match.
Yeah, that was it. Security and safety and all those sorts of things. And even if we'd have managed to, I think, arrange one at home ourselves, then we couldn't have probably opened our gates to our supporters on the Tuesday night. So it's the best of a bad job, unfortunately, but it'll be a good game. We're looking for most of the lads to get 90 minutes. 6 got it on Saturday, and they'll be close to most of them hopefully getting it on Tuesday night.
You've got a game the day after at Long Eaton. What side will you field there?
Well, anybody who doesn't play at Hearts, maybe if it's the same sort of starting lineup, then the subs will go to Long Eaton and made up with the under-19 group as well, the likes of McKeel. McKeel's actually coming with us to up to Scotland, but Jakob and Taylor Anderson and people like that will all play it and mixed in with the first team squad.
Speaking about such players, they'll no doubt benefit from the new Reserve League next season. I say new, it's not new, but for us it will be. We're entering it for the first time in a few seasons. Why did you decide to join it this season, the Central League?
Well, I think it's a good idea when we've got this group that are too old to play in the under-18s, and we've got these games which we can use for the best of the under-18s to join with the under-19s, and then a few first-teamers if they need a game as well. So it seemed a logical move to enter it. I think we've got a dozen games or something. Geographically, it's good. We're not travelling too far. There should be competitive games.
Thank you, John.
What's the situation with Ollie Clark? Was he back in training?
No, not yet. Calf's proving a little bit more stubborn than we thought in terms of easing, so we're hoping to be running this week. They're all sort of not too far. Swanee has got a chance for the weekend. JJ we're not quite sure about. Unbelievably innocuous, just stepped back in the warm-up and stepped on, I think, George Cooper's foot and twisted it. He's back in a boot, so we're waiting on results of a scan for him. And Gailey's just a very slight thigh, looking towards the weekend, if not Matlock.
What's the latest on James Perch?
We're just still chatting with him and everything. about this sort of player coach role and stuff. I think James is a little bit undecided what to do really, and you can understand. I think he's got 1 or 2 offers to go and play regular football next season if he wants to keep playing. Does he want to start down the coaching route and be part of the squad? So we're just having regular chats with him. We'll sit down this week again.
So you'd expect to get an answer one way or another?
Yeah, I think we're cutting to the start of the season. We're just a bit concerned he's getting behind because he's not having any game time at the moment. But he's doing all the training and everything, so we'll see this week.
Disappointed with the Barnsley decision?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Bobby Hassel phoned Simon and said about 10 days before and said, listen, probably we're bringing a younger side than they'd hoped and with a few first teams. And we said, fine, there'll be competitive game. And then, to call it off for less than a week when everybody else is fixed up is, very disappointing.
And then after the 2 games in midweek, just very briefly looking towards the weekend, you've got your final pre-season friendly. Tough one for you?
Yeah, good test it'll be. Oldham, they improved, I think, under David Unsworth in the second half of the season. I think you almost forget that they're in the conference at times. I still think of them as being in the League One and above, and they're that sort of club. So always good. The pitch will be good, be competitive, and ideal for the 7 days before the start of the season.
Any more ins and outs before the season kicks off, do you think?
Maybe. We're just waiting on, we've had an inquiry about a possible loan for one of the lads. So if one goes out, then certainly we'd be looking to bring one in. But we're just going to wait and see how the injuries are as well, especially with JJ.
Lovely. Great stuff.